Welcome to Parchment Update, an interview series from the Parchment Community Library to bring your community closer to you. I'm Karen Woodworth, Library Ambassador. Joining me today is Ken Holda. He's the director for this year's Kindleberger Summer Festival of the Performing Arts family musical, 17 Again. Thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Well, please give us a brief overview of 17 Again.
Okay, well, 17 Again is a brand new musical, and it's based on the movie 17 Again that starred Zac Efron and Matthew Perry, and it's about Mike O'Donnell. He's a 35-year-old man. His life is kind of falling apart. His children don't really respect him. His wife is asking for a divorce, and through some magic, he transforms back into his 17-year-old self and has to kind of figure out, what to do to get his life back on track and why, figure out why he has transformed and how to help his family and how to get himself back to his 35-year-old self.
That is a really intriguing plot, and yeah, I can I can see lots of interesting things can happen with that. So I'm looking forward to seeing it this year. Please tell us a little bit about this year's cast.
Well, as always, it's a really good mix of old people, people who've been in the shows before returning, and new cast members. In fact, like several of our leads are brand new, have never done a Kindleberger show before. We have some families involved. We have several sets of parents and children. So we've pulled talent from all over. Once again, we're using a lot of high school talent. It was is important to us because last year with Grease, it was mostly almost all teens. We needed to have a show that also had adult roles in it. So this has a really good mix of adult roles and teenagers, and those teenagers have come from schools all over the area again. Schools from all over the area again.
Well, that's great. You know how theater really brings people together, people who otherwise might not have met, and get to know each other through this, really strong experience. What do you want to make sure that we notice during the performance?
It's always such a challenge to present a show outside without any lights, without any curtains. And this show really moves really quickly from one scene to another. So the scenery is going to be a little different this year than we've done before. Lots of things on wheels. I think just like kind of watching out for how quickly we're moving around and kind of think about like all the things that we're accomplishing without the lights, without the curtains, and how we keep the show moving. And hopefully the audience will never have to just like sit there and wait while scenery is moving.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because, yeah, I have a feeling that everything's just going to go so smoothly that we wouldn't even thought about that if you hadn't
But
mentioned
we
it.
do
So,
spend yeah, we spend a lot of time trying to figure out, well, how can we get from one scene to another? How can we move this quickly? Or while one person is singing, something is happening behind them that gets us to the next location. So that's always a fun challenge in the park.
yeah, yeah. And it's just such a unique kind of place to watch a show. Well, what are you enjoying most about preparing for the show?
Okay, well, as I said, this is a brand new musical, and I truly mean brand new. Besides the Kindleberger Summer Festival, one theater has ever produced this. A high school did a pilot production of this. So this is something that we have not even seen a photo of anyone else's production. We have no idea what any other production has ever looked like because there's only been one other production. And so it's been really fun to just build something, just look at what's on that page and interpret it how we want. That we know the audience isn't coming in with a preconceived notion of how this should look, like when you're coming to something like The Wizard of Oz or Mamma Mia or Grease, people already have an idea in their head, but this is brand new. So we know that the audience doesn't have any expectations coming in, and we can play around and create it how we want it to be.
That's just amazing. And it sounds like a real coup to have this at the festival this summer then.
Yeah, no, the show has just been available since January, and we're just lucky that we have a summer show. A lot of theaters at the point in January have already picked their shows through May and then are announcing shows in the fall. So when this came out in January, we were able to grab it for our summer slot here.
Okay. Well, before we wrap up today, what else would you like us to know?
Well, I think a lot of it was there that this is a brand new show that we're very excited to be the first. And like I said, only a high school did it before. So this is the first time it's been produced with adults and with youth. Um, and I'm also I just started yesterday, I started a little series on my TikTok channel where I'm going to do a little bit more behind the scenes footage, kind of talk about the designs, talk about the choreography, talk about the direction. So that's on my TikTok. That's Ken from Kalamazoo. I also have the Instagram Ken from Kalamazoo. So if you want to see more footage of us putting all of this together, my plan is to release some weekly updates there.
Well, that sounds great. It's so wonderful to be able to do that.
Yeah, no, we're very excited.
Okay, well, thank you so much for taking the time out of what I'm sure is a very busy rehearsal schedule
Yeah,
to talk with me and share info.
I'm gonna eat a quick dinner and head over to rehearsal right now. So,
Okay, take care.
okay, thank you.